guys, welcome back to Budget Survivalist. Daddy's gonna show his favorite stuff.
These are some of my favorite survival items, and I think that they're also essential as well.
Let's get into it, guys.
Up first, we'll look at water purification. Alright guys, if you've watched my previous videos on water purification, you'll know that I use this pack. It's got my water purification tablets, coffee filters, bandana. I also have my clean drinking water container and my dirty water collecting container. Those are absolutely essential, and we like to purify water too. It's fun. Next up is some cookware. We've got our utensils.
We got a soup cup.
And we've got our cookware set. It comes with the plate, you know, the lids, the cups, the pot, the pan. If you guys watched my 24-hour survival video, you see me use these things. I think this stuff is absolutely essential too, because while you can make do with other things, if you have a little pack like this, it makes your life a lot easier. Fire. Okay guys, my all-time favorite.
Fire.
It does make fire. We got the glycerin and the potassium permanganate. So awesome to make fire with. Just squirt a little bit of this on a pile of this and fire!
Fire.
It is awesome. I also have a fire starter, but this starts fire in any weather, any conditions. It doesn't matter. So this is my go-to, and that's why it's one of my favorites. Light. Got some small flashlights. We've got
with headbands with flashlights.
Yep, and the batteries that go with them.
Different size.
Boop.
It works. That's very.
A couple of small good flashlights and some headlamps with some spare batteries. Essential. All those were just $1 a piece, so I mean, come on guys, you can't beat that. This is Budget Survivalist, you know.
First aid kit.
Alright, we got it packed full of band-aids and ointments and band-aids, cold packs, some meds, ointments, compresses, gauze, a little bit of everything in this, and it's very, very small and full.
And it's also very useful.
And it's also very useful. It is. To go along with that, we got a little bit of allergy medicine and also a pocket pack. So you can leave your main pack back at the camp and carry this with you in your pocket. And it's got some of the main stuff that's in this other kit in here.
Ponchos.
Always need a poncho, because you never know.
At the weather and the rain.
Yep. You never know about the weather. It could always rain. That'll keep you dry until you can get back to camp, right?
That's useful.
Okay guys, sorry. I forgot something. To go along with our med kit, some isopropyl alcohol. It can be used as sanitizer as well. So it's a double threat.
And when you use it on when you get hurt, it doesn't burn.
Yep. When you fall down and get hurt, you put it on there, and apparently it doesn't burn when he uses it.
Colin's strong.
Yeah.
Shelter.
So we got our tarp and metal tent stakes. I listened to you guys from the video before. I used the plastic ones, and which you guys are right, they do break, and hard ground, they're hard to go into, so we upgraded to metal stakes. Now, just in case your shelter gets a hole in it or the grommets rip up, I bought a small grommet repair kit. $5 at Harbor Freight. And if one of your grommets, two of your grommets rip off of your tarp, you can put another grommet in it, just like new. But if you don't have this, we can always go tried and true. A little bit of duct tape, maybe some electrical tape, a little bit of super glue, and super glue can double in the medical pack as skin glue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in emergencies. Yeah, and trash bags to pick up your trash. They're also good to lay over your tarp if you got a hole in it, and the duct tape trash bags, and you got a good repaired hole. Next up, we're going to show you guys some fishing gear that I keep in my pack at all times because this stuff is a game changer, especially if you're around a site that has water and you know there's fish. All you're gonna have is time. So I got a little to-go pack, a little tackle box. It's got a little, let's see if I can open it without spilling everything and show you guys. Okay, so we've got some soft bait, some rooster tails, a couple of small top water plugs, floater, got a stringer wrapped around it. We have some hooks and swivels, a pair of fingernail clippers. I can't remember if I said sinkers. We got some sinkers in there, spare hooks. But yeah, and it all closes up nice and neat. Got your little carry handle. You can put a little D hook on there, clip it to your belt, and go walking. Now this tackle box, I got it on in a combo set at Walmart years ago. I don't know how much it cost, but it came with a fishing pole that had a couple of other items in it. I've replaced them with items that I actually like to fish with. So yeah, it came on a combo. If you guys can find a reel and rod that has the combo pack on it with the little tackle box, these things are awesome.
Or you could probably use this and stick it on the tree and you can hang it up, and when you cabin next day you want to go fishing and you could just grab this and yeah, you can go fishing.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right there. Hang it on a little tree limb and pick it up, run out. Now to go with the fishing stuff, we have a small spinning reel with some 10-pound test line on it because you never know, you catch a bluegill or a bass, catfish. So got some 10-pound strand line on there.
Okay.
We have our,
What's this thing?
huh? I've got it closed.
What is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
See?
Oh, it's a rod.
No, it's a reel.
Real.
Real. So yeah, and then we've got our collapsible pole. I know you guys see me use this in that 24-hour survival camping video. I didn't really do so good that day, but I didn't really fish long either. So, but yeah, it all just snaps together. Your reel goes on it. You're ready to go. A pair of fishing pliers, because these right here come in real handy when you're out fishing. We have our fish scaler.
Fish scaler?
So if you catch one of them big old lunkers laying down in there, you can scale him up. You don't have to worry about using a machete or just a regular knife. That'll scale one quick as a ribbon. Slick as a ribbon, not quick as a ribbon. We got our fillet knife. And I like this knife. It is a mossy oak fillet knife.
Whoa, that's not.
Yeah. So you see how short it is. Not most fillet knives are good when they're short, but this one has a little button. You release it. You can go up all the way from 5 to 8 inches. When you get it to the right size, whatever you need, there's a little hole. You lock it back down. You got your fillet knife.
Oh, it's bending.
Yeah. So you can fillet anything from a bluegill to a rock bass catfish on this thing. And
Ooh, a fishing net.
we have our net. It's nice and collapsible. It folds right down into nothing. Now this, if you don't have any bait, this is a bait net. It's got a little pocket right here on top. You unstrap it, it pops out. Put you a couple of worms or some grubs in that.
Ooh, so you catch minnows.
You catch minnows and small bluegill. See, it's got the small entrance holes, and then it goes back out into 3 cavities. You know what? Actually, let me just go ahead and pop it open for you so you can see what I'm talking about instead of me trying to explain it to you, and it's right here in my hand. So here it is. See, it's got the 2 small entrance holes. The fish can get in, but they can't get out. You got your leader line right here. You can attach a rope to this, throw it out as far as you need to, or if you've got some good water up close, just put your rock on top of that and just let it set in the water. It's got a zipper on top of it. There's a little pouch in here. You can add some bait in there. That way you can attract the fish into the net. And once you check it, if you've got a good catch in there, it's also got another zipper, so you don't have to dig in these holes. Just unzip it, take all your fish out right here, and then you've got your bait. And this thing's big enough; it can catch, fish big enough to eat.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
I can fit my hand in there.
Yeah, no. See, look how. So this right here is cool. Like I said, I haven't got to use this one yet. Okay, next up we've got some tools. You ready for some tools?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You always need a good pair of work gloves.
Mm-hmm.
These have a rubber work surface, so you can maintain your grip even if it's in the wet weather. I've used these every time I've been out. I think you guys have seen me use these on a couple of my videos. These right here are awesome. They help protect your hands. I really like them. Good pair of gloves, essential.
Ooh, what's that?
That's a knife sharpener.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, see? You put your knife in there, or machete, and pull it through there and it sharpens it.
Oh.
Good knife sharpener, because if you're out in the field, you're using your stuff, it's gonna dull out eventually. So this right here, it's small, it fit in your pocket if you need it to, and it's a must. I carry one everywhere. Next, we got our tried and true folding shovel. This thing, I've had this for, how many years have I had this shovel?
A long time.
I've had this shovel a very long time, and it served me extremely well. So you can use it as a shovel, of course.
And a hoe.
Yep. And if you need to do some hard digging, it converts into a hoe. You can double hand that thing. You can tear up some ground with this. I've made plenty of impromptu deer blinds and turkey blinds. This thing right here came in extremely handy for me, and I will never go anywhere without this. Every hunting trip, every time I go camping, if I'm in the woods, this is coming with me, no matter what. If I leave everything else at home, I've got this.
You can also use that for cutting trees.
Yep. Now it does have a serrated edge right here, which I took some electrical tape and covered it, because when I'm storing it in my pack, that's actually really abrasive, and I didn't want it to cut the inside of my pack or anything else that was sitting next to. So I covered it with a piece of electrical tape. That way it makes it safe. Pack it up. If you do have to use this, you just rip that tape off. There you go. Next, we got our machete. This one is a 15-inch machete. I've got a longer one. I've got a 18 or 22-inch machete that I use sometimes, but that's a little harder to pack. It still does fit into my pack, but it barely fits in there. This one, it fits into my hunting pack. It fits into my camping pack, my bug out bag. I use this one every time I go to the woods. You see me with this a lot, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
I've actually got a fold-out saw
For cutting trees.
for cutting trees. And this thing is awesome. It's just like having a handsaw that you have in your garage or wherever to cut 2x4s with. This thing is every bit as sharp, and it will cut through a tree limb in no time. It's got a little quick release button. Folds up all nice and neat, compact. The blade's hidden. You don't have to worry about it, reaching in the bag and cutting yourself on it. Folds up, goes right into your pack. Love it. I love it. Next up, we have our
Axe.
hatchet.
Oh, it's hatchet?
Yep. Have our small hatchet. Has a paracord handle, so in extreme situations you can untie this paracord if you needed it and use it for whatever. But yeah, I go ahead and I've used this quite a bit too. It also has, so I know these are for bolts. If you ever needed, I guess, 3/8, ½ inch, and 5/8 inch bolts. I guess those might be standard for maybe tents or something like that. I've never really had a need for that. However, I have had a need for the hatchet itself, and this thing does work really well too.
The thick rope.
We have some 3/8 inch rope. It is nylon, and I can't remember if this is 50 or 100 feet. I want to say 100, but it may be 50 feet. I actually have 2 of these in my pack, and these right here are awesome too. They're anywhere from putting your shelter up to whatever you need a rope for. It's awesome.
Yeah, this is going to be very useful.
Yep. And it's tough too. It's a grappling hook. Now I know this is not standard issue. Nobody ever talks about their survival pack having a grappling hook in it. Okay, it's not used like you think it is. You don't swing it like you see in the movies and toss it up, and because if you do that, 9 times out of 10 you're going to pull and it's going to break loose, and you're going to have a ½ a pound piece of sharp metal flying at you about 200 miles an hour. So don't use it. If you buy a grappling hook, don't use it to throw it up. What I use this for is if I've got a big piece of lumber, like a log or something that I have found that I think will make a good seat, or I can turn into some good firewood. I have this along with me. Let me unravel it here so I can show you guys what I've got. I got this on Temu. Not sponsored, but Temu's got some cool stuff, guys. So I got, this is paracord, and I bought 100 feet of it, and then I cut it into thirds and braided every last foot of it into a tri-braid. Run it through, and then I took my braid and fed it through here, and then I braided my braid into my braid to give it extra strength. Then I tied the ends off and I wrapped it up in electrical tape. And the same on this end. When I finished it out, I tied it up really good, and then I wrapped the end with electrical tape. So this grappling hook, I'll take it, wrap it around whatever I'm wrapping around. Let me see your arm. We're going to use him as a demonstration. So I'll wrap it around. I'll take this, run it through the grappling hook, cinch it tight, and now I can drag it without hurting myself. I've got 33 feet of rope, and that thing will cinch up tight onto a big log or whatever, and you can pull it wherever you need to pull it. Pull it out of the hole if you need to pull it out of a hole or whatever. This thing, I'm going to show you a neat little trick too. So we're going to have to go over here. We'll be right back. So this grappling hook is unique. It's got 2 rubber bands right here. Now, once you pop those bands off, it opens up. The centerpiece comes out. You lay that aside. This is what you're left with. Now, this is good for if you drop something in a big ditch, you're on the side of the bank, you can't reach it. When you throw this, it turns it into a gravity hook, and it'll open up, and when you pull it, it pulls tight. All right, guys, I got a quarter laying flat, face down. Try to pick it up with this gravity hook. I'm gonna toss it out in front, let it open itself up, walk it into it. It picks up a quarter laying face down flat. So if you've got anything bigger than that they can get a hold of, you will be able to retrieve that.
I got free cooler now.
That's it, guys. That's the items that I have in my pack that I think are the most essential and that I like to use the best. Before you ask, all these items do fit into my pack, along with items that I still have in my pack. So yes, it all will fit. I promise you. I've got it's not extremely large duffel bag, but it's a fairly large duffel bag. And if you pack that stuff right, it all goes in there and you're good to go for wherever you need it.
Really?
Yeah.
All this stuff?
Yeah. All that fits in.
This big boy?
Yep. It all fits. All that came out of my go bag. Are you amazed? Hey, guess what? I still have stuff in it that I didn't even bring up here.
Really?
Yeah, that's just like, extras of what I've already got.
See it?
All right, guys, that's it. This is Budget Survivalist. Till next time.
Bye.